Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Nova Cruiser. So the Nova Cruiser is the next in my line of ships, and this is the first cruiser class ship. Now, cruisers are designed to be long-range combat vessels that can go anywhere and accomplish whatever you're looking to do once they get there. So they are Class B vessels, and they have to have a couple of requirements that they meet. First off, they have to have a minimum of 2,000 cargo capacity and a minimum of 500 fuel. This gives you enough cargo to go nearly anywhere, um, and support extended trips, and enough fuel to cross the settled systems. Additionally, cruisers need to have the ability to sleep a minimum of 8, have a galley, a cargo hold, an armory, and an infirmary. And then they also have to support a minimum crew capacity of at least 6. So the Nova Cruiser is a ship that meets most of these requirements. Well, actually, meets all of the requirements and exceeds most of them. And it's designed primarily as a long-range ship that can go ahead and get you boots on the ground wherever you happen to need to go. So rather than being able to sleep a mere 8, this ship has 32 beds on board. So you can go ahead and have quite the landing crew and be able to go out and put Marines even on the most distant of planets. A couple of these can get you an entire company. So, enough looking at it from the outside. Let's go ahead, take a tour, and then we will go ahead and show you how it's built and how it performs in combat. So, first things first, we enter into the armory, as is usual for my builds. Got plenty of space for weapons and equipment. Coming forward, we find ourselves in the Nova Galactic mess hall, with I don't remember if it's the 2x3 or the 3x2, whichever one is wider than it's long. So you can see we've got bench seating for up to 16, another table that will seat another 2. Here's our primary galley and cooking station. Nice little secondary spot right over here. Plenty of refrigerators and freezers. Dry goods storage as well. Some relaxation areas for the crew as well. Then, right over here, we have a Nova Galactic All-in-One B, which is providing some more relaxation area, as well as a bathroom and 2 beds. Coming on over here to the other side, we have another door right over here. And this is leading to another Nova Galactic All-in-One B. So this gives us 3 beds in here. And that gets us up to 5 beds so far. All right, then we are going to come back and open this door, and we find ourselves in the 2x1 computer core. So let's go ahead and go down the ladder first. All right, down here we find ourselves in the Nova Galactic 3x3 cargo hold tab. Now I will note that this particular one does actually have a bathroom hidden back in this corner. Make sure your crew doesn't forget to clean that one. And then we will hop back up. Then over here, this is probably where we're going to spend most of the time on your ship. We can hop ourselves on up into the 2x2 battle stations hab. And so we've got a nice big navigation table over here. And then right over here is our docker. Moving forward, here is our cockpit. We're using the Cabot Bridge. However, we don't have anything on this level, so the stairs just come up to the main bridge area, and we don't use them to help navigate. Here we go. Why is there caution? Whatever. Anyways, through this door, we have the Nova Galactic 2x1 all-in-one A. And I am using this hab basically as a captain's quarters because we've got the one bed and then we have a bathroom on over here. And the regular Nova Galactic captain's quarters for some reason does not include a bathroom. So that's why I'm using this one instead. We still have our navigation table, and if you've played at all, you probably recognize this hab as basically the Frontier hab. So let's go ahead and leave that there. And I will note that that does mean we are now up to 6 beds. Open this door back here, and we find ourselves in the infirmary, with a nice little window in the back. Alright, let's hop back down to the computer core, and then we have 2 wings. Both of these wings are basically identical. I have the 2x2 all-in-one, which gives us another 2 beds, brings us up to 8 so far. There's another little cooking station over here, some storage, some more storage. And then we have a door back here, which leads into the Nova Galactic 2x1 living quarters, which provides us another 2 beds. Of note, we are now up to 10. I will come back to this ladder in just a moment. But first, if we go through this door, we find ourselves in the Nova Galactic All-in-One B, which is providing us another 3 beds, up to 13. Then we come on down, and despite the frosty environment, we have another Nova Galactic All-in-One B for another 3 beds. We are now up to 16. And then we can go ahead and jump on up here to another Nova Galactic All-in-One B for 19 beds so far. And then we come on off to the other side and we find the ship perfectly mirrored. So again, this is another Nova Galactic All-in-One B. 2x2 all-in-one. With another 2 beds, so that means that we are now up to 21. We have another all-in-one B over here, so we are now up to 24 beds. Up this ladder, if I can get on the right side, is another all-in-one B, bringing us up to 27 beds. Down this ladder is another all-in-one B, bringing us up to 30 beds. And then finally through this door we have another living quarters, bringing us up to 32 beds. So if you want to put a lot of people on your target, the Nova Cruiser is definitely a way to do it. And if you are playing this and you just want a big ship, but you still want convenient access to everything, you can more or less ignore everything at the front of this armory, ignore everything on each side, and ignore the stairs down. So you basically need to go through the armory to this ladder back here, and everything that you need as a player is right over here. You've got a bed, you've got the infirmary, and you're all good to go. And with all these 2x1 habs, it would be very easy to go ahead and swap any one of them out for a workshop. However, I would not recommend doing a heavy outpost production with this ship, simply because while it has plenty of cargo for going out and looting, you can still fill it up very quickly if you are looking to go ahead and haul, you know, a lot of adaptive frames.
Hey, what can I do? Okay, no problem.
All right, so let's go ahead and see how this ship is built. First things first, let's get our colors in our palette. And you can see I chose a blue, teal, and red. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the landing bay. And then we are going to go ahead and grab our armory. Then off the front of the armory, let's go ahead and grab that mess hall. And then we will copy the 2x1 and convert that to the all-in-one B. And then we will copy the armory back and convert that into the computer core. On the bottom side of this, we'll go ahead and grab that Nova Galactic 3x3 cargo hull. On the top of this, we'll go ahead and grab the Nova Galactic 2x2 battle stations. Now, note here, you can put the battle stations on either side. However, when I put the Nova Galactic All-in-One A on this side, it chooses to put the door here and remove the bed. However, at the same time, this goes ahead and provides easier passage through this whole line. So if you want the battle station on this side, I would instead use the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters instead of the All-in-One A. Then let's go ahead and copy this and convert that on over to the Nova Galactic A. Copy this back here and convert that into the infirmary. Then off the front of the computer core, I will go ahead and grab a pair of cross passages. Copy a 2x2 and convert this into the all-in-one. And then we will go ahead and grab some all-in-one Bs. And then we will convert this on over to the living quarters. Then I'm going to just move the all-in-one, copy this whole thing, slap it on this side, and then move the all-in-one back. There we go. So you can see that there's only one possible hab that each of these other habs are connected to, with the sole exception being, this computer core. So that means that there's no way that this ship can turn into some sort of maze of ladders and doors, and how do I even get to the cockpit? It's all, you're going to go from one hab to another with no possible snaking through habs. All right, so right here, let's go ahead and grab our cockpit, which is at cabin C4, and then right behind it, we will go ahead and stick that NG2 Docker on. Alrighty then. So now that we have all of this, we have all the habitable portions of the ship together. So let's go ahead and grab our reactor and grav drive. So for the reactor, we are running a Class B ship, so if the vendor has it available, we're using the 104DS. And we're just tucking the reactor and grav drive into these little gaps behind the Nova cross passages. Next, for our grav drive, I am using the RD3000 Beta grav drive. I might be able to get away with a lesser one. I've done a little bit of fiddling with the cargo on this ship to boost my mobility since I last messed with that. But rather than going ahead and trying to get it exactly perfect, I just stuck the best one that I could on. Alrighty, next up, let's go ahead and grab our engines. So for this ship, I am using 4 Dun 71 engines, located right here along this back line. This does put me with a small little gap right here. So I'm going to fill this gap out with a Galleon S204 cargo hold. Then, on the other underside of these two engines and the back of this cargo hull, I'm going to go ahead and place a 10T hauler cargo. And this gives us just short of 3,000 cargo. Now, one of the things that I had been fiddling around with was also going ahead and putting the 20T hauler cargoes on as well. However, that dropped my mobility enough that I wasn't particularly happy with it, which is why I decided to remove those. But putting two 20Ts on dropped my end mobility to about the mid 50s. And if you find that okay, and you want the extra cargo, that also pushed us up to just short of 5,000 cargo. Moving on the backside of these engines, on the inside facing section, I'm going to go ahead and slap on the 28T Defender Shield Generator. Alright, so now I need my fuel and I need my landing gear. So for fuel, I went ahead and grabbed a pair of the H40 Atlas tanks. This means that this ship is rocking 1100 grav jump fuel. Now, this amount of fuel is probably a little excessive. So if you would like to, you can go ahead and drop one of these and optionally go ahead and bring that shield on over here and hide it. And now that I've mentioned that, I kind of like that idea of bringing the shield over here. So let's just do that. Alrighty, what's next? Well, we need to go ahead and get our landing gear. And for this ship, I'm using the NG-20 landing gear. So I'm going to move this forward onto a structural element in a moment. And there's all of our landing gear. So now let's go ahead and grab those structural elements. First things first, I'm going to grab a Nova cowling right here, and then I'm going to move this landing gear forward. Then, over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a Nova cowling, mid, and then forward. And I will note that this Nova cowling mid here is what I had as the 20T hauler cargoes before I removed them for better mobility. Copy that on over to this side, and then let's copy some Nova cowlings on here and here. And then let's take the Nova cowling, put it into the rear variation, and slap them out there. And I can also go ahead, put some Nova cowlings there, and then flip some Nova cowlings over this landing gear. Is that what I had? Maybe. Alrighty. Next up, covering this, I'm going to go ahead and grab the side-mounted Nova cowlings. And I'm just flipping that into place over the fuel and shield. Alright. Then, right here, let's go ahead and grab another Nova cowling. Copy that on over here. Then I'm going to copy some more Nova cowlings. And then I am flipping the Nova Cowling 1 long under the chin of the bridge here. Alright, and then let's go ahead and take the Nova Cowling sides and place them along the side of the ship. Just like so. And then from the all-in-one, the 2x2 all-in-one to the 2x1 all-in-ones, I'm going to go ahead and place the Nova Cowling facing the bottom, and then the Nova Cowlings on top. Alright. And I still have Nova Cowlings I'm missing. Where? Alright, so it looks like that's what I did. There we go. Let me just check. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is what I did. There we go. That looks more like it. And that used up all of the Nova Cowlings that I said I had. Now I do have a porthole along the back right here. Note I am not putting a porthole on these living quarters because doing so would remove the bathrooms in them. And looks like all I've got left now is Nova Wings. So I have the Nova Wings located right up front here. Just like so. Alrighty. And looks like that is all of that. Yeah. Hop over shields really quick. Just do a quick double check that I'm not missing anything. Alright, so all I should have left now is weapons. So I'm going to scroll all the way on down to the Class B particle cannons. And I'm using 3 of the Disruptor 3330A auto helion beams. These have a max power of 4. There we go. And then I am using 4 of the PBO 175s. And then I'm using 4 of the PBO 100s. Oh, that's what I was missing. Okay. Did not need that one. I needed one right there. All right. That's where everything goes. Okie dokie then. So, again, before I go ahead and what's it called? Finish up here. I'll just go ahead and spin around the ship so you can see where everything is structural wise. And I will note that with all these structural elements, it's literally just put on as much or as little as you want, as long as you don't pass your game's part limit, which is 130 parts, unless you have that modded. All right, so now all I need to do is assign my weapons. There we have it. And accept. All right, so here are all the stats at the end. You can see with the payload skill, I am running over 4,000 cargo and crew capacity of 9. So let's go ahead now, board the ship. Alrighty. And then from the interior view, and now let's go ahead and lower our engine power so we can go ahead and jump on out to Serpentis. I don't know, are you? Alrighty. I don't know what all's here, but apparently it hits fairly hard. Okay. So when I go ahead and take my high-powered destroyers out, I can't find a hard engagement. But first time I take the cruiser out, I get pummeled by all the heavy hitters. Oh, stop you. And I have a mouse that likes to go ahead and all right. Vigil 2. There we go. Let's go ahead and repair up. Wait for our shields to recharge. And then we can go ahead and dive in and finish off this prophecy. And a Revelation 2. Ah! Now that explains why I have been taking so much damage. So we had a Vigil 2, a Prophecy 2, and a Revelation 2. All of which are higher end opponents. And the Revelation is a Class C one and tends to hit harder. Alrighty. Now I am of course playing on extreme difficulty for these demonstrations. And I'm also on a New Game Plus 2, which basically just means that I do a little bit less damage and take a little bit more damage from the AI. Alright, now that we've picked up all of our loot, I have 2 sets of hostile activity. Let's go check it out. Okay, I have two enemy ships. Alright, so the Revelation 2 fell quickly, and now we've just got this little dirge. He will at least fall fast. Alrighty. Let's go check out this other hostile activity then. And looks like another 2 opponents. Another Revelation 2. And a Dirge 3. Okay. And he boosts away from me. And once he stops moving, though, oh, stop running away. There we go. Alrighty then. So if you watched all the way to the end, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.